Hi Pisces, welcome to your August 2020 Astrology 33 love reading. Thank you to those of you who've liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you interested in booking a personal reading with me, just check out the description of the video for more details there. As far as what we have in front of us, this is what I call the bridge and the gap spread, and the way it works is the cards on the left side represent your energy toward the connection with your main love interest. Cards on the right side represent their energy toward the connection. These are the past energies, present energies, future energies. And once we get through all those, we'll actually pull some oracle cards for some additional insight. That's where the bridging the gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, and on the right side we have the Tarot of Sexual Magic. Alright? And also keep in mind it's a general reading too, so while I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy, if you feel more like the cards on the right represent your energy and the cards on the left represent the other person's, then definitely trust that. Alright, with all that out of the way, past energy on your side, we have the King of Arrows. So this is actually Aquarius energy here, and for you guys, that's your 12th house. So I could see this a couple different ways. It could just be saying that you were a bit detached in the connection in the past, and the phrase that came to my mind was head in the clouds due to the way it looks like he's hanging out on the top of a mountain, and we see your back is turned to the cards on this side, but it looks like he's holding the flowers there. So to me, it's like you probably did have feelings for the person in the past, but you just weren't necessarily communicating them for whatever reason. Maybe you just weren't sure if you wanted to move forward with them, so maybe that's why you were keeping your feelings to yourself. Could have just been due to the fact that we had that Venus retrograde not too long ago, and also the Mercury retrograde, and that took place in your fifth house of romance. So could have just been one of those things where you might have been living the connection out more in your head than actually physically. Past energy on their side, we have the Nine of Swords. So this is actually Gemini energy here, but what this could just be saying is almost a similar way, but I feel like for them there was probably more anxiety around the connection from their end. I always think about the fact that there's the black cat in this particular deck, so I feel like, maybe they feel like they might just have bad luck when it comes to love. So especially if you were detached, they might have gotten really stuck in their head about that and started assuming the worst in the situation, so that might have actually helped add to the energy of the blockage in the past. Alright, in the present position on your side, we have the Prince of Arrows. So this is actually the equivalent of the Knight of Swords, which is Gemini energy here. So, Venus will be wrapping up its transit through Gemini, and it'll move into Cancer, I think, in the second week of August. So, it's pretty much about to clear its shadow at the time I'm recording this. And then that could just be saying now you feel more confident with moving forward with reaching out to this person, especially with Mercury also going direct now in your fifth house of romance. So I feel like this is saying that you're, just going to communicate your feelings to this person. I mean, we can see the difference there between the two, even though they're both arrow energies. Past position, we see the back turned right up in the clouds. Here, this person's still up in the clouds, but it looks like, for one, the card, the energy is pointed back toward the person on the right here. And also looks like he's actually ready to take action. So, and not to mention that in this particular deck, this card has Cupid, the name Cupid on it. So, definitely looks like you're going to be expressing your interest to this person. And the present energy on their side, we have Ace of Pentacles. So looks like there's definitely interest in their part too, and a desire to actually build something with you, but I feel like this could just be saying that the two of you might just move at different speeds. The reason why I say that, the Knight of Swords energy is definitely a fast moving energy, and then with the Ace of Pentacles, it's more of a grounded energy, but obviously the artwork kind of speaks for itself, to where I do feel like there is interest on their part, and they might be interested in pursuing a connection as well. But like I said, I feel like, you might just be moving at a different speed than them right now. You might be ready to move a little bit faster than them at this time. And like I said, maybe it was because if you were detached in the past, maybe that caused them some anxiety around the situation. So now it might take them a little bit longer to warm up to the idea if you come back around and express interest. So I don't necessarily see it as a bad thing, just might require a little patience. All right, future energy on your side, we have desire. This is actually the equivalent of the Chariot card in traditional tarot, and that usually points to energy of victory. And like I was saying, on the one hand, you're going to have the fact that Mercury's still moving through your fifth house, and it's cleared its shadow as well. And then you also have the fact that Venus will move into Cancer this month as well. So this could definitely just be saying, a lot of activity going on in your fifth house. And now with those retrogrades completely done, the shadow period's wrapping up, it feels like it could just be saying that now you finally get that forward movement in your love life, or maybe in the past you just felt a little bit stuck with all those transits going on. And for some of you, this could represent that maybe you guys are at a distance from each other as well. Mainly that Prince of Arrows energy and then the Chariot energy makes me think that there could be some physical distance between the two of you. The outcome energy on their side, we have the Four of Pentacles. So when we think of the Four of Pentacles energy in the traditional tarot, it definitely represents that, being very closed off type of energy. Here, I don't necessarily see it the same way, especially a few things stand out to me. One is the fact that we see that fireplace going in the background, so to me that points to a lot of passion. And obviously, we do see here that there's interest by this person, but again, I'm getting that vibe of, like I said, I feel like you guys are just moving at different speeds right now. So, could just be saying that again. They're warming up to the idea, definitely, of the connection, but just might be taking a little longer than you. And this is Capricorn energy here, and then you guys in your future position have Cancer energy, so those are opposite signs, so that's usually a good indicator for a relationship. So that's what I see there. And then you could definitely be dealing with an earth sign too, since we see that very grounded energy there. Bottom of the deck on your side, we have the Three of Staves. So for some of you, I feel like this is actually more representing the energy that you were in the past, meaning that I feel like you were waiting for them to advance toward you with that King of Arrows energy in the past, but the Prince of Arrows and the Chariot card in the future show me a lot of proactive energy. So I feel like this is saying that leading up to this month, this might have been the mode that you were in, just kind of letting things come to you, waiting for them to come to you. But now it looks like you're going to be the one taking the action. And the bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Knave of Pentacles. So this is actually the equivalent to the Page of Pentacles. And again, I feel like that's a repeating theme there too of what I was saying, where I feel like this person is definitely interested in a connection, but I feel like they're just taking a little bit longer to warm up to the idea and actually move toward commitment. So that's what I see there. All right. We'll move on to the Oracle cards now. First, we'll see if we get anything from the Mystic Moon Oracle deck. And I did pre-shuffle this deck before we started recording. What I'm going to be looking for here is just some unspoken messages from you to them and then from them to you. And if I shuffle for a while and nothing comes up, I'll just take that as a sign to move on to the next deck, since it's just a general reading, but we'll see if we get anything. Oh, got one there, but it did fall, so... Oh, actually two cards. So I'll pick those up in a minute, but first let's see now if we get any unspoken messages from them to you. Okay, got one there. Okay, so give me a second. I'll pick up your cards and then we'll look at them. Okay, so on your side we have seeing you reminds me of the things I know deep down, and that's not always easy to deal with. Interesting message there. Trying to see where that would really fit in with the reading. I don't know. It doesn't really provide much context. That's the only tricky part. But maybe it's just saying that, you might have actually had some fear around getting into this connection with this person. With that King of Arrows energy in the past, where, like I said, it looks like you were trying to take a detached view toward the connection, but you just might have been up in the clouds. So I feel like the feelings were probably there, but for whatever reason, because like I said, he has those flowers in his hand. So I feel like the feelings are probably there, but for whatever reason, you didn't feel comfortable coming forward with those feelings. And then, all right, the second card is your words linger in my mind. So that's not the deepest of messages either, but I could see where, like I said, it definitely looks like there's some interest there, and it looks like you'll be taking action on that this month. And then on their side, we have, I can't seem to find the right words to say to you. So at the very least, I would say that that fits that Nine of Swords energy that I was talking about, where I feel like, they might have had some anxiety around the connection, where, they just might have been stuck in their head. And like I said, especially if you had that detached energy in the past, that black cat makes me think of them just feeling like, oh, okay, they might have a tendency to assume the worst. So when you were coming across a bit detached, they might have just thought that, it seemed like that meant that you were totally uninterested. So, they might have been a bit flustered because of that. So that makes a bit more sense to me than that first card that came out on their side. I don't know. Hopefully that resonated for you guys, though. And then we'll see if we get anything from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Same situation. I did pre-shuffle this deck, and here we're just looking for one card with some general advice, and we'll wrap up. Almost had one there. Alright, worst case, if nothing comes up, we'll just pull a random card, but I'll give it a few more shuffles first. Okay, got one. Alright. So you guys got building blocks. There's the artwork, and the number is 28. Alright, it says strong foundations, a beautiful work in progress. The Oracle's message: you have everything you need to cultivate an extraordinary life. This is a time when your focus needs to be on the foundations you build upon. Your work, your relationships, and your very being are underwritten by your values, ethics, morals, and core beliefs. Are they still true for you? Will they stand the test of time and serve as the solid grounding upon which you construct your life? Now you are making changes that will affect everything in a positive way. Your destiny is truly a remarkable and beautiful design. So definitely an interesting message there, and maybe that's part of what was going through your mind in the past too, and it might have been why you were detached, just trying to figure out if this relationship would fit into your overall goals, but hopefully that resonated with you. And then the relationship message says, when you see this card, know that you are attracting new relationships into your life and solidifying the ones you already have by building them on the foundations of honesty, humility, clear communication, and a genuine desire to know one another. You are moving toward laying the groundwork for a relationship with the firm footing that will ensure it can withstand any storm. Long-standing relationships are also repaired and strengthened. You and the other person are stronger, wiser, and more powerful together than apart. So definitely a pretty positive message there, and like I was saying with the clear communication and building the foundations, that made me think of all the pentacle energy we see on this person's side. So looks like, you guys definitely will get things on track this month. Hopefully that resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.